Alright then, welcome back to the channel everyone. It's been a few days since our pre-season game against Arsenal, which had its ups and downs, mostly downs that we can remember with the injuries to Hoyland and Yoro, a bit of transfer news as well, as we always have to speak about that. And of course, our next game is against Real Betis on Thursday morning from where I am, but of course, it will not be that particular time all the way up in San Diego at the Snapdragon Stadium. But subscribe to the channel, drop a like, and comment in the comment section below what you think of Manchester United thus far in this transfer window and where we are going for this season and what your targets are for Erik ten Hag and Manchester United this season. So let's start with the transfer news first. I'll get to speaking about Yoro and his injury and my concerns on that, and of course the update on him and Hoyland from that game against Arsenal. But I just want to speak about the transfer news for a moment. So in previous videos, I've spoken about Wan-Bissaka that was wanted by West Ham, but as a second option to Mazraoui. But it has come out and has been said by Fabrizio and many other outlets as well that Ligt and Mazraoui both have agreed personal terms with Manchester United, and we have agreed deals with Bayern Munich as well for both of those players. Now, of course, for us to get them both, we have to sell players first. And that is where Wan-Bissaka's deal comes in. Now, with Mazraoui's deal to West Ham being off by himself and him choosing to come to United, it is now been reported that Wan-Bissaka has accepted and agreed personal terms with West Ham. It's now just United and West Ham that has to agree as clubs so that the deal can move forward. Once we let go of Wan-Bissaka to West Ham, Mazraoui will then be coming in. That is a simple, straight transfer, a straight replacement, but also an upgrade if you do know what Mazraoui is about, if you watched him play at Bayern and of course previously under Ten Hag at Ajax. And of course, the Ligt as well is another option, and it's very, very important that we have to focus on a player like the Ligt, especially at centre-back, simply because of the injury to Yoro. Now, against Arsenal, we started the game quite well, in my opinion. We played some brilliant football, great one-touch passing, and we beat Arsenal's press quite well. And of course, we scored the goal through brilliant play from the back, moving forward, ball over the top, Hoyland using his strength and pace, and finishing like a striker should. Now, at that moment, we were looking quite good. But then a moment after that, Hoyland gets injured, whether it was contact or not. It said that it was a hamstring injury, but he seems to be okay. He's back in training and everything seems to be on track with Hoyland. But with Yoro, it's not so good. There seems to have been an injury to him as well. And Ten Hag, after the game, has said that he's quite scared because it could be that Yoro could be out for a considerable amount of time. Now, whether that be months, whether that be half the season, just like Martinez had last season, it's a bit of a blow because we did not want to have injuries again, especially not in preseason like we did last preseason with Kobbie Mainoo getting injured, and look how that impacted our season. Imagine how we would have been had Kobbie Mainoo been fit enough to start the season from that first game against Wolves. Now we're potentially going to start our first game against Fulham in the Premier League without Yoro, and that looks mightily obvious. We could easily be without Hoyland if he's not 100% fit. Yes, we have Joshua Zirkzee there as well, but we're back in the same position if one of our strikers get injured for a long time, with us only having one striker available yet again. So the Ligt needs to be the priority, because if Yoro's unable to play, we're going to need somebody to come in and start next to Martinez. We do need two centre-backs, and the Ligt, of course, not just because of needing another option because of Yoro being injured. He's more experienced than Yoro at the top level and has played, of course, we know, for Juventus, now for previously for Bayern Munich, and potentially he's going to be playing for us should we get rid of the likes of Lindelof, McTominay, who Fulham are looking to get after another bid has been rejected because they're not giving the right amount of money for him. But we need to let go of certain players before the likes of Mazraoui and De Ligt can come in. Now with Ugarte as well, PSG have accepted and would rather prefer us and would take the deal for a loan to buy option for Ugarte. And if we can get Ugarte on a loan to buy, that would allow us to bring another player in, maybe Adrien Rabiot as a free agent, maybe a Zubimendi, from Real Sociedad as another option in midfield. But we definitely are going to see sales before we actually see players coming in. But Mazraoui and Ligt are deals that are basically done. We just need to let go of a Lindelof, who Fenerbahce and Jose Mourinho are looking at. And of course, we know about McTominay and Fulham, and Wan-Bissaka agreeing to go to West Ham. Just have to accept between United and West Ham that needs to agree a deal between the two clubs, and then everything will certainly be a bit better for us in terms of the way our squad will look. But we will be seeing sales before we see players coming in. Now, with the injuries to Yoro, I don't want us to have the same thing that we had last season, and I kind of fear that we could have that. But this is why we are trying to bring in so many players. This is why the likes of Harry Amas, Toby Colley, and Maxi Oyedele, etc., Ethan Wheatley, are being given opportunities in the first team to show that they can maybe save us money, that we don't need to go and get another player to perhaps be as a backup in the team. Maybe one of them can come in and be that backup to an Ugarte, to a Casemiro, to a Kobe Mainu, a Mason Mount, who's also there, that has done well so far in pre-season. But we certainly don't want to get more injuries. And against a team like Real Betis, and once again, I would just hope that we get through that game without any injuries. Just get fitter, get sharper, get that match rhythm going, try and play that same type of football we did in that first half against Arsenal, try and build on that and just get through the game without any injuries. That is my biggest concern, because injuries have been one of the biggest things that has impacted us last season. And a lot of people put that as the reason why we didn't perform as well in the league. And there are credible, shall I say, excuses for that. But this time around, this season, injuries cannot be the excuse, because of Gary O'Driscoll that came in, who's the head of the medical department from Arsenal. And we certainly are buying players that supposedly should be available first and foremost. And then we look at how they impact the team as a whole in terms of their ability on and off the ball. But availability is the best ability, and that is what is most important. So against Real Betis, I certainly just want us to get through the game without any injuries. But it's the transfers that we are focusing on. Preseason results, as I always say, is non-valid. It's pointless. You shouldn't take any note of it. It's how we play. It's the players getting fitter, and it's just trying to get ready for the season, for the competitive part of the season. That is what preseason is and should be about. But the transfer news, Aaron Wan-Bissaka looks set to go to West Ham after agreeing personal terms with him. Ugarte looks like it could be a loan to buy option with PSG that we are getting close to getting. And of course, Mazraoui and the Ligt deals have been agreed with them personally and with Bayern Munich. So we just need to get sales out before we see them come in and officially have those deals being done. But thank you for joining me. Drop a like. Let me know in the comment section what your targets are for Erik ten Hag and Manchester United, and what you think about our transfer targets in Mazraoui and De Ligt, Ugarte, etc. And whoever else you might feel Manchester United should be looking at in this transfer window. But thanks for joining me. Have a wonderful day further. Till we see each other again soon, Red Devils. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. If you want more content on Manchester United, like, share and subscribe.